All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen and ladies. We are live. Welcome to another episode of Hanging Out with Smash Time. We're going to talk about some two-way stuff today. Whatever you guys want to talk about. I had a power outage at the house yesterday, and it fried my DSLR camera I was using for my webcam. So this is a new webcam. I was pretty bummed out because it was like a $1,200 camera, and it was plugged in. I had one of those batteries that plug into it that keep it on all the time. And we had a power surge and it fried my camera. So I found my backup camera and I spent about an hour trying to configure it. So hopefully this looks okay. I don't know. Hopefully the focus isn't too wonky, and we'll get it going. Let me put on my cool light. No, that's not it. Oh God, it's so bright. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we got all the lights going. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's check the chat. Who is in the chat? Flying Rich Firearms. What's up, Rich? Jeff, my man. Fluffy, what's up, man? I hope the weather's not too cold for you up there. I don't want to hear you complaining about the cold. Let's see. We have Me the Peoples. What's up, buddy? Felicia, my favorite person from Dallas. Hey, Zeus. What's up, buddy? Ross, what's going on? Let's see. So I hope everyone had a safe and happy 4th of July. It was a little crazy. We went a little nuts with fireworks here. And I just think it turned out really, really good. Let's see. You know what? I want to turn it on, except I don't have the right extension cord for it. So I'm kind of moving. In case you guys didn't notice, I have a new background, and then I'm kind of moving a couple things around back here. I'm trying to do a really clean wiring job. I don't like a lot of wires and whatnot, so I'm trying to make it look a little nicer. But that will be on next time for sure. 5 UP. You know what? I had one on everything. I have surge protectors on all my stuff except for the camera. The battery for the camera was plugged right into the wall socket. And so we had the power surge, everything flickered, and my camera just died. I was in the middle of filming something. And no more. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. So who went shooting over the 4th of July weekend? That's what I want to know. I went shooting Thursday, Friday. Oh, hold on. I went shooting Thursday and Friday of that week. I went shooting on the 4th, Tuesday. I went shooting on... Did I shoot Monday too? I think I went shooting Monday too. Quite a bit. I shot a bunch of guns and have a lot of cool stuff going on. A lot of projects in the works right now. Oh man, thank you. Let's see, Rich. That's it, man. I just wanted to see what you guys are up to. Felicia, I don't know what you did over the 4th of July. Everyone just took some time. You know, I was really reflecting a lot this 4th of July. And man, I just wanted to spend it with my family and just kind of hang out. And that's it. That's all I did. Just hang out with the family, nice, quiet. But we did go a little bananas with fireworks. And I'm not really a big firework person, but that was cool. It was cool. It was all right. Oh my God. Look, nerd alert. They're talking all this geeky stuff in here. Just working. Fluffy says, I haven't shot in 2 weeks. I can barely walk, having issues back and legs. Dang. That's terrible, man. Felicia, planning on going to the range tomorrow. Me too. Me and Mike are going to be at the range tomorrow. We're going to be shooting some guns. I'm almost going to pull the trigger on a Staccato XL. I think, I don't know. If I can get the price just right, I'm in the market for a used Staccato XL. So, it's pricey. It's pricey. Nightcry says we did troop formation training for the 4th. What is troop formation training? I don't know. I'm not in the military. I don't know what that is. Rich says, I want to shoot. I'd have to walk out my back door to do that. You know how hard that is. Keep rubbing it in, buddy. Keep rubbing it in that you can just go outside and shoot. Must be nice. Must be really nice. Bob says, got a Canik Rival S Dark Side and ran about 300 rounds through it. Well, man, Bobby, how do you like it? You know, Canik is a great company. They make great pistols. But like all great companies, I don't know if they can keep it up. I really hope they do. I hope they can keep up the quality and I hope they can keep up the deals because the prices on Canex are starting to creep up a little bit. And, that's what made them so great is that they were so inexpensive. So I'm really hoping Canik can kind of keep it down a little bit. Vanessa Kitty is in the chat. What's going on, guys? Hey, what do you guys think about doing another call-in show? That was pretty fun. We did the call-in show about a year ago, and that was pretty cool. Gort, what's up, buddy? Oh, Jesus said you posted the question of a gun we regret buying. Can you give us details behind that post? Well, let's just say I recently purchased a gun and it didn't turn out as well as I thought. And so, in all fairness, I sent it back to the manufacturer, and hopefully, the manufacturer can make it right. So, I was just wondering if anybody else had done that. But at the time, I thought, if I had spent a little bit more money, I could have got something else. But I don't know. It's one of those purchases where you make and you're like, God dang it, man. Why me? Why me? I saved up a lot of money. I bought this really cool gun and it wasn't as cool as I thought. Fluffy says, I have the new SIG. Oh man. I tell you what, buddy. Hey, Fluff, I'll be up in Michigan probably around the end of October or sometime in November. Probably sometime in November, I'll be up in Michigan again. We'll come hang out. Come hang out with me and Dan. We're going to blow a bunch of shit up. It's going to be good. He doesn't know I'm coming yet. I'm just going to show up. Let's go. Let's go shoot. Lucky Dog. I have my own range, but is not at my residence. I have to travel an hour. Man, I wish. That would be really ideal. That's hopefully something I can do either by the end of this year, beginning of next year. Either we're going to move to a property that has the acreage so I can build my own range, or like I really like my neighborhood I'm in. Great neighbors, great schools. Either we're going to move or we're just going to try and find some property. Because I like where I go. Renaissance Shooting Club is awesome, but it's an hour and a half away. Well, an hour and 20. Trinity Armory is fantastic, but that's another hour, over an hour away. I want to be able to go maybe 30, 45 minutes, but then be alone. I can do whatever I want to do and just I don't have to worry about people shooting to the left and to the right of me. You know what I mean? Just regular troop movement where you follow signal formations, cover danger areas, basic stuff. We do hikes, range days, forming. I'll be doing comms class soon. Man, so are you enlisted now, or is this something you guys just kind of get together on the weekends and hang out and do? Because there are people that do that. Bob says, "What, another Kimber 10 millimeter? No, god dang, man, that Kimber 10. Actually, you know what? After I got it back from Kimber, it was fantastic, and actually, I sold it to a subscriber here. It had reached out to me. He knew I was selling it. Fantastic gun, but it showed up so out of whack. Smash, I want to hang out with Dan. He might be at IV88 if you're going, Rich. When I hear Sig, everything turns Charlie Brown teacher voice. I know I'm gonna want. Yeah, right. Nice. Heck yeah, man! It'll be a lot of fun. Dan doesn't do a lot of meet and greets and all that stuff. Ross says you should come to Michigan before it gets cold. Well, yeah, October, right? It shouldn't be too cold in October because last time I was there, I think it was January. Was it January or February? No, it wasn't snowing, but God, it was not too pleasant. Yeah, it was a little chilly. Like I can do 50, 60-degree weather, but it got down into the teens, 20s, and I was like, nah, I'm good, man. This sucks. I was so cold. Fluffy, I found that hat though. I found the hat. I should hang it behind me. I bought one of these cool Michiganer hats. Very cool. Rear groove roller. I bought a SP5K and had to send it back to HK fix a mag release issue. They fixed it, but it still doesn't operate as good as my SP5. You know, that's the thing, man. When people might talk smack about Glocks and XDs and Smith and Wessons and some of these bargain polymer pistols, but when you buy these really expensive guns, they should work right away. There should be no break-in period. There should be none of that BS. I mean, they should just work. You know what I mean? Just guys doing nothing formal. Nice. That's tell you what, man. That's what I want to. That's what I want to start doing. I need to go to like a two-way fat camp. Oh my gosh, can you imagine how popular that would be? A Second Amendment fat camp. All you do is shoot guns and work out all day. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, I knew it. I knew you were gonna say something about the hat. Nice. Texan 65 says too much growth. You would need to move. Maybe. Maybe. You know what I'm looking for? I know. So I live in Spring, Texas, and there are floodplain areas that you can't really develop any houses or anything. So I'm looking for some of that flood land to build a range at. And honestly, if it floods every 10 years, 20 years, I could care less. It's all steel targets. I don't give a shit. I just need something really kind of where I can go shoot. You know what I mean? I'm dying. I'm dying to get some of my own land. I don't care if it's floodplain. I don't care any of that stuff. Let's see. Let's see who else is in here. Ross, let's go back to that cold Michigan because that bothers me. When does it get cold in Michigan? Like, you figure October, it should be okay, right? October, November, like around Thanksgiving time. Shucks, I think that's when I went last time was November, and it got really cold. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do October. So let me post a question to the chat. So everybody in the chat, did you buy a gun that you regret buying? Because in case you didn't see my post, I posted that the other day because I had recently purchased a firearm that I kind of regret buying now. I had to send it back. I'm kind of bummed out about it case you can't tell. Did anybody in the chat buy a gun that you bought, you really wanted, and you're just kind of disappointed? You're like, man, this kind of sucks. It was that one, and what else did I get? I really wanted the Sub 2000, the Kel-Tec Sub 2000. I wanted that gun. I'm like, man, that is so cool. It folds in half. I bought it. It was the biggest piece of shucks. I hated it. I never shot one before I bought it. I bought it. I paid full price, went to the range. It was terrible. I did a video on it. So check out my video on the Sub 2000. I hated that gun. I sold it at a loss just so I could get it out of my safe. It was terrible. Some people like it. I thought it was the biggest piece of crap. Bob, in Texas, you need more than 10 acres to shoot. Well, there's pros and cons to that. I mean, there's some truth to that. If it's an incorporated area, I don't think you need more than 10. I think 10 is like the minimum. If you have 20 or more, then you can do whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so I want to get 25, 30 acres where I can just do my own thing. I don't have to worry about people or any of that stuff. Let's see. Nightcry says, I can send you stuff I see. I want to farm and build, so I skipped the recreational land, but everything is stupid expensive right now. I know it. Everything's really expensive. Dan's range floods a lot. At least it looks like in his videos. So Dan goes to two ranges. One is right outside his. He has a house up north in Michigan, northern Michigan, and there's a lot of public land. Literally, we got in his car, drove like 5 minutes, pulled off to the side of the road, set up targets in the national forest. Very cool. Then also, Michigan has public land, public shooting ranges that the state takes care of, and they come in and they build these giant berms, and it's a huge. It looks like a giant rock quarry, and there's 5 or 6 giant berms, and you just show up. You don't pay anybody. You just kind of show up and shoot. And then the state comes in every few months and reshifts all the soil and all that and takes care of it. Really cool how they do that. Fluffy, I took 2 classes a few weeks ago, an active shooter and stop the bleed. Man, I need to take a stop to bleed class because like I shoot by myself quite a bit. I'm always out by myself. I shoot steel targets. If something came back and nicked the artery or something, I don't know what to do. I mean, I got first aid kits, but I don't know. I really honestly I don't know how to use a tourniquet. I mean, I've watched a couple YouTube videos, but Rich says in Florida you need just over an acre to shoot. No kidding. Jeff says you need 50 acres in Texas to shoot pistols or rifles. I don't know if that's true, Jeff. I would have to challenge that one because I don't think you need that much. I think you need 10 or more to shoot shotguns, and then a little bit. I think you need over 20 to shoot rifles. I think, but I'm not sure. Someone's looking it up. If I know Jeff right now, he's Googling the heck out of it. Oh, Fluffy has a regret. I've had a lot of those, but the last one is a Canik Mete MC9. I've heard mixed reviews on that gun. Nightcry says, my regret building the massive custom bolt action 338. Spent way too much building, then $9 a round. I sold it for a loss. 338 Lapua is $9 a round. Man, that sounds really overpriced. I thought it would be more like 4 or 5, which is still ridiculously expensive. Rare Groove says, I have no gun regrets, but my worst purchase was that CAA MCK. You know what's funny? So I reached out to CAA MCK, and my buddy Black Rambo is really tight with those guys, and I met him at SHOT Show, and they were going to send me one of every color, and I'm like, cool, awesome. They ghosted me so hard after that. So the next SHOT Show, I walked by and I talked to some of the reps, same guys. They totally ghosted me. So I don't really care about the CA and the MCKs, because those guys, like, look, if you don't want to send me something to review, you don't want to I don't ask for anything. Just say no. It's totally fine. I'm married. I get told no all the time. I'm used to it. So some of these companies, they just want to, promise you the world. And the Hellcat. Now look, man, the Hellcat Pro is a phenomenal gun. The regular Hellcat, I don't think Springfield watches my videos, although I love that company. But the regular Hellcat, to me, just didn't shoot right. The Hellcat Pro shoots fantastic. Speaking of Springfield, I have a Hellcat comparison video coming out pretty quick. Bob says, Jeff, I'm shooting on 40 acres in Leon County. Bob, you would know. I think you need over 20 acres to shoot rifle. I don't think you need much more than that legally. I mean, if you're inside city limits, then it's a whole different world. But if you're outside city limits, I think it's fine. Ross, back to the weather. October is usually okay first half, hit and miss second half. All right, cool. Okay, so October looks like I'm going to be in Michigan probably first week of November. That sounds about right. Liang Zhao, how do you like that Legion Precision? How do you compare it to other high-end 2011s? The verdict is still out on that gun. We will find out in about a week. Wait till the video. The video is in the works. 10 acres. My brother lives in the country and only has 3 acres. Guy down the road calls the cops every time he shoots a rodent with a 22. Yeah, I think you have to have 10 acres to shoot pistol or shotguns, and then you need more than that. I think it's 20 acres. But honestly, if you live really close to your neighbors and you're shooting guns, it's just going to cause problems. So the best thing to do, either you hit up your neighbors and you try and be really cool with them and say, look, I'm going to shoot between 9 and 2 on Saturdays. All right. So just if you hear something, that's just me shooting. If you don't like it, tough shit. You can get some suppressors, which cuts it down quite a bit. I mean, they're still going to hear you. Or you just get enough acreage where you don't have to worry about it. That's what I think. I think I'm going to try and get at least 30 or 35 acres in nowhere. Middle of nowhere. Gort says 10 acres within an hour of me starts at 1 mil. No, thank you. Gort must live in New York City or something. Has a first aid merit badge. You would, Jeff. You probably do, buddy. If you want to find some open land, look out in West Texas. Yeah, West Texas, you can get land still for $2,000-$3,000 an acre. But I don't have to see. The whole point is for me not to drive 5 hours to go shoot. You know what I mean? I want to. From my house, I could probably do an hour, or maybe even an hour and a half, 2 hours. If I know I can shoot all day uninterrupted, I could do 2 hours. So I'm going to look somewhere. There's got to be some property nobody wants. Bobby, you are correct. It does. It does depend on the county. Gort says, is that the new custom 2011 that you had a problem with? I never said what I had a problem with, but it's pretty close to the mark. We'll find out. Find out. Wait for the video. All of us Texas folks should go in on 300 acres in West Texas at 100 per acre. You know, West Texas is starting to get bought up actually pretty quick. I mean, you can still get some okay land that has, you know, a little bit of water and trees and whatnot for around 25, 3,000 an acre. I mean, you go West Texas, like Fort Stockton on that side, off the like where the 20 and the 10 meet. It's really cheap, but you're in the middle of the desert. There's nothing out there, which is good. But for us, you know, it's a 9, 10 hour drive. I'm good. No, thank you. But that would be cool. That would be really slick to just everyone get together and buy some land. That would be all right. The problem is if you have land, or say like even Renaissance Shooting Club in Magnolia, like that range has been there for a long time, but you see all these subdivisions and developments start to build up closer and closer and closer. Eventually, I think they're going to force him to shut it down, just because I just think they will. Jeff says, I wish El Rancho Chima was up for sale. Already had the space for rifle, shotgun, camping all over. What is El Rancho Chima? I don't know what that is. Sounds exciting. Sounds exotic. Guys, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, hit the thumbs up button. That would be awesome too. So, what do you guys think about my new background? It's a little bit less all over the place than the last one. I put it up today. I'm still going to rearrange a few things, but I think it looks pretty cool. I like it. I like it. I spent most of the day messing with this camera trying to get it to work. But yeah, oh, so here is my Sony camera that got fried. This is the Sony A6400, and brand new. Was brand new. You know, I've been using it for years, and power outage fried it. Piece of junk, man. So pissed. Not a cheap camera. Got to push out to the Woodville, Silsby area. Even the swamps of Cleveland are being developed. I know Cleveland, Texas is getting developed like crazy. It's a bummer. Because that's where I go. Trinity Armory's up there. So that's where I take the kids shooting when I want to shoot off the bench. I go up to Trinity, and that area is being built up quite a bit. It's pronounced SEMA, and it was a Boy Scout camp 18 miles west of San Marcos, in an area known as Devil's Backbone. Sounds ominous. Yeah, losing cameras does suck. So let's talk about, it's the year is already half over, if you can believe it. It's crazy. 2023 is almost half over. So let's hear your predictions now. Do you think we're going to have another ammo crisis by January of next year? I think so. I think by January of next year, something's going to happen. Pandemic, another pandemic, and things are going to get really weird, and ammo prices are going to go through the roof. Something's going to go on. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Terrell, your homeowner's insurance should cover your camera. Maybe. You know, it's funny. I think Centerpoint had a claims number I saw. And where I live, every time it rains, the power goes out. It's really driving everyone in this area kind of nuts. So maybe. Lucky Dog says, stock up now while it's still reasonable. Yeah. Jeff says, I think 2024 we will see an uptick of ammo sales, but I think the manufacturing might be grinding up. Well, if you think about it like this, the U.S. I mean, there was a report the other day I was reading, and it said the U.S.'s ammo supply is gone. All that stuff was going to the Ukraine war. But I'm also thinking, all we need is a couple false flags, or call it whatever you want to call it. It's an election year. 2024 is going to get really crazy. I think there's going to be something's going to happen. Here's what I think. There's a lot of people out there that are wound up pretty tight. You know what I mean? What's to stop the government from getting on a chat room with one of these people that are just wound up a little tight? There's people that are just not okay. You know what I mean? It would take very little effort for someone to catfish them, fill their head full of stuff for a few months, chit chat with them, and then say, hey, what would really show those guys? If you went and blew up, blah, 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 or you went and did this or you did that, that would really show them. Make sure you leave a nice note, manifesto, whatever. And these people are wound up so tight. You figure there's got to be a few thousand of them out there. And all they do is just, they'll snap, I mean, I'm in sales. I talk people into doing stuff they don't want to do all the time. Heck, I got my wife to marry me. So it's pretty good. But what I'm saying is, all these people are wound up so tight. It would take very little effort just to set them off. All you need is a couple. You need a couple of these to go off for them to really start nutting up on gun laws and whatever. It's going to get nuts, man. Rare Groove says, no ammo crisis this time. People are selling their guns. The UN, yeah, those blue helmets can suck it. Half those helmets, I mean, they're not going to, they can do whatever they want to do. It's America, Jack. Fluffy says the agreement. I do, man. I think there's like a lot of these people. All you need is a couple of these false flags, or some of these people to go nuts, which is not too hard to do. And there you go. More worried about bans, not shortages. Yeah. What if they did say, hey, like Nightcry said, what if they did say, hey, you're not allowed to have more than 1,000 rounds at home? What do you need that for? I mean, come on, man. I don't like manufacturers grinding during the last shortages. I had 3 squibs, never had. I know. You know what's funny? There was a lot of bad ammo being produced during the last ammo shortage because they were doing as fast as they could, and I had a bunch of failure to feeds, ammo related failures during that time. Um, Believe it or not, the only ammo that never messed up on me was the 2A warehouse reloads. Reloads, man, from 2A warehouse. I swear by them. Jeff says, hate to tell you this, but it's most likely doing that already. I know, man. The government, look, ever since Epstein killed himself, I believe everything is possible. As soon as he committed suicide, I think, everything's off the table. Yeah, some weird shit's going to happen. So it's an election year. They do not want Trump to be president. I only want him to be president because he said he's going to fire everybody. And that's great. He goes, anybody with tenure getting the axe. Fantastic. Let's do it. Let's get rid of all that old mildew blood and bring in some fresh people. Yeah, people, I have noticed that. I think gun sales are slowing down quite a bit because people are just more worried about like Nightcry said, just trying to put food on the table. I know for me personally, I'm a lot more picky what I buy. And I've really kind of slowed down and started looking at like the big picture. Like, do I really need that? Well, I can't ever ask myself, do I really need that gun? Because I'm always going to say yes. And then I'll think of reasons and I'll talk myself into trying to get it. And then, yeah. Besides that, it's all right. In crew, your cam looks off tonight. Yeah, man. We already went over that. You're late to class. You're late to class, buddy. So I had a power outage, and I had one of those batteries that plug into the wall, to keep your camera on at all times. So I had a power outage, and this Sony camera got absolutely fried. So I spent most of the day fighting with this other camera, trying to configure it so it works. So I don't know. It might be off. It might be the. Oh, I need glasses. How about that? How's that? I don't know. It's a work in progress, my guys. It's a work in progress. Yeah, election cycle, man. I'm telling you. It's going to get weird. 2024 is going to get really weird, man. Stock up now. You can never have enough. Jason brings up a good point. Biden will pass and lots of chaos after. I mean, that, it wasn't too long ago. Biden was overseas and Gavin Newsom from California was at the White House meeting with somebody. Who was he meeting with? He was there for 2 days having meetings when the president wasn't even there. So I think something's going to happen. I hope not. I wish ill on anybody, but I think something will happen where Biden will not be able to. Well, he can't communicate now, but he's not going to run. And I think they're going to try and slide Gavin Newsom in. God, I can't. As an ex-Californian, that guy is a piece of shucks. Terrible. Convert Congress to the Thunderdome. Oh, I know it. And Cruz trying to build a new AR. Oh man, you are not kidding, man. So we moved into this subdivision, and it's a nice subdivision. But every single time there's a rainstorm or there's a thunderstorm, you hear these transformers popping and blowing all the time, and we lose power for a day. Sometimes we lose it for a few hours. Last night we lost it for like 15 minutes, and then it flickered a whole bunch, and that's what killed my camera. A month before that, we had another huge power outage, and that killed my refrigerator, blew the compressor out. It's terrible. Thank you. Thank you. I don't think any picture with me in it looks that great, but I try. Oh, cool. Yeah, I took off the autofocus because if you have autofocus on some of these DSLR cameras, it'll constantly try and focus. And then if you move too far over, it might try and pick something up on the back wall. And it's kind of a pain in the butt. In crew, that's a good question. What are you building? Terrell Austin has a great point. You should never stop buying your ammo inventory. Every payday, buy some. If you shoot 100 rounds, buy 200. I wish. So I've been having that problem now with 9mm where I'm trying to cut down how much I use on these videos because I have this whole thing in my mind. Like if I get a gun and I'm gonna do a video review on it, I have to shoot like 400 or 500 rounds through it because I want to make sure it works and it functions and it's good. But Dan was telling me, and all these other people were like, you should really cut that back to maybe 200 and just get a feel for the gun. But for me, can you really know a gun in 200 rounds? I mean, I don't know. I feel you got to take it to the range 2 or 3 times, shoot it a bunch, take it apart, clean it a couple times, really get to know the gun before you can say you would buy it again or you would not buy it again. Because every time I do a video, I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but when I put my word on something and say, hey, I would really buy this again, I really like this gun, it's because I've shot it probably 3 or 4 times and I've put it through its paces, in the layman's paces. Oh, look at this. Increw's getting all fancy now. No, Biden was just a placeholder. I think he's Obama 2.0. I think behind the scenes, like the whole shadow government thing, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Nightcry says, I had plenty of ammo during the shortage. I just like hanging out at 5 a.m. with the guys drinking coffee and BSing. You know what's so funny? That's a good point. Honestly, as much as we complained about not having ammo, I met some of my best friends or good friends. Like, heck, I met Jeff. I met Mad Mike. I met him at the ammo stop. I met Bob, Mike Henderson, Asian Jesus. I met a lot of really cool people while in line. So it was all right. Is there a glare? Is there a glare? I just shaved it because I got to go film. After this, I got to go try and film a couple hours of video tonight. I got to wait till the kids go to sleep and the house is quiet. But man, I really want to get some videos done quickly for next week. Yeah, Puppet, Muppet. Biden is not. It's not the one. The blue light. Oh, the blue light shining. I don't know. Ha ha ha. Very funny. Fluffy the cripple is talking about my shiny head. What about getting some sound padding? Why? How is the audio should be okay in here? It shouldn't be too echoey. I got enough crap on the walls. No worries, Bobby. We were just chit chatting. Blue light cemetery. Blue light cemetery. Audio is fine. I know. I know. I'm not a What's funny is when you start YouTube, nobody tells you that you have to learn audio visual, you have to learn sound, you have to learn lighting. Lighting is nuts. I tone the lighting down a little bit and I mess with the aperture and all that stuff on the camera to try and even things out. If that makes sense. So I'm trying a lot of new stuff. I have more of a muted background, instead of the white wall. I put this panel up. I got this from Savior Equipment, by the way. Savior Equipment has these 10 panel deals. They are flipping awesome, man. So I painted behind this wall gray and I put these slats up, and it took, with the painting, putting the slats up, it took maybe an hour and 20 minutes. I mean, they snap together. They're very well made. Block sound coming in for recording. Well, in the other room, I have sound curtains that you can't see it, but when I'm talking behind that desk, I have a sound curtain that's attached to the roof that goes across the whole room. That's like a real thick blanket, and it cuts a lot of the echo down. But even that, it's a process. You may have to do ammo hunt videos again next year. Old Smash is back. I wish that was a lot of fun. I'm actually gonna do I'm probably going to head to Bass Pro Shops tomorrow morning, maybe, and see what they have. 'Cause I haven't been to Bass Pro Shops in 6 months to a year. We'll see. Yeah, I have quite a bit of that on the other side. I just don't have it on yet. I'm trying for a little bit more darker look. 'Cause I have I have panel lighting out. I have one on, but I have these other three off. And then I have a really bright light I face away from me towards the curtain, and that kind of fills the rest of the room. But honestly, I think it's too much light. Hey, man, if I can get one good piece of advice, I'll follow it. I was going to call you Friday. I was out by the Hooters. What's up, man? Let's go. I always like Hooters. Believe it or not, Hooters has decent food now. Not bad. Not bad. I don't know what you're doing tomorrow. Me and Mike are going to go shoot, and then we'll probably be at Hooters on 1960 after. Friday feels like a Hooters kind of day. Jack Bauer says, thanks for all you do. Hey, man, I really appreciate you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. I wish, honestly, it'd be cool. I've never really talked about this stuff. If I could get probably another 20,000 subscribers and probably 40 or 50 channel supporters in total, I could probably do this full time and not have my wife kill me. You know what I mean? Because honestly, we're pretty basic people. We don't spend a lot of money. We don't go out a whole lot. We don't do a whole lot of stuff. We could probably, tighten up the finances a little bit, and I could probably do this full time. And I think in 6, 7 months, it could be a pretty big success. But see, right now, I'm gonna go film tonight for about 3 hours. Tomorrow, I have early AM meetings. I have a 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock due to the time zones. I'm gonna go shoot with Mike, go have lunch, and then I have a 3, 4, and a 7 o'clock meeting after that, and then try and do some editing. Plus, I got kids I got to hang out with. I guess I should hang out with them a little bit. So, I mean, I work 60 hours a week, 50 hours, and YouTube takes another 20 hours. It's crazy. Bass Pro. You know what? Honestly, I'll probably run down to the one in Katy. If not tomorrow, no, I can't tomorrow. Saturday. I'll probably run down Saturday morning because my wife likes going to that mall, and it's a cool place to hang out with the kids. So we'll probably be in Bass Pro Shops in Katy. If you see me running around Katy, if you see me in Bass Pro Shops when Bass Pro Shops open in Katy, make sure you say hi. I'll be in Dallas next week. Send you some Shields footage. Shields, man, I tell you what, if you pronounce that wrong, they flip out on you. Shields. That place is really cool. I really enjoy it. If you guys ever go up to Dallas or anywhere up north like that has a Shields, you gotta stop because it is a really cool place. Jeff said he just was out in Katy. Nice. Yeah, man, come on through. You got my number. Yeah, buddy. Hooters near 45. $19.60 $2.49. No, it's $19.60 $45. I hope you don't get the Almond Joy version at Hooters. What? What? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. In Cruz says, I'm close to the Bass Pro off 288. Oh, you know what? I haven't been down to that one in even longer. I was supposed to go down to Primary Arms because they're down that way and pick up a few things, but they don't want to work with me. I like those guys, but oh, Jeff has a good point. Bass Pro has a great price on a generator, dual fuel, which I probably should be getting one pretty soon just because with our power going out all the time, it's driving us nuts, man. And my neighbor is an electrician, so he can wire it up right to the house. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. Electricity scares me. Jack Bauer, I wish local prices like Bass Pro would drop a bit more. It seems like 9 and 5.56 are just a few bucks higher versus buying online. Yeah. Like tomorrow, I'm going to go to Spring Guns. I don't have any 9 millimeter. I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. I shot like a couple thousand rounds this last 2 months. So I'm not breaking into my stash, but luckily Spring Guns has an okay price on range ammo. But you know what I'll probably do? I'll probably get up and run the academy and get the Winchester because it's a little cheaper. Couple bucks. Primary Arms is 22 minutes for me. Yeah, I like Primary Arms. I love those guys. I see them at all the events. I've been to some of their events, but I don't know. They don't want to work with me. I'm kind of bummed out. Primary Arms has lots of cool stuff. Jeff says no need to wire up. Get some full draw power cords, and when you need it, run the cords into the house. Cheaper. Well, then I got to spend all this time plugging shit in right and left. Rather just plug it right into the house. I feel bad. I've been buying more from BTO, better shipping and prices. What's BTO? BTO? Um, I know I should know that, but I'm drawing a blank. Carter's has 115, Fiocchi 9 for 1450. That's not bad. That is not bad. Let's see. Gort Remington White Box is $10.99. Now that's a deal. I'd buy that. I'd buy all that I could get. Oh, Big Tex Ordens. That's right. They're out of Conroe. Bachman Turner Overdrive. Spell checker. I mean, I tell you what, spell check has been the other day I sent a group text to all my friends, because I haven't seen these guys in LA in a long time. And I meant to say, "What's up, bro?" And I sent it to like 30 people. And I said, it's for some reason it changed it to boo. So I go, "What's up, boo?" to like all my guy friends in California. And they're like, "Dude, we know you've been in Texas a while, but boo? Like, what's going on?" It's pretty funny. I've done that a couple times actually. Bachman Turner Overdrive. That's funny. All right, so it looks like I got the camera working now. I got an okay backdrop. I'm gonna have the Smash Time plugged in and lit up pretty soon. I just got to run the right cord. I'm really a stickler for cable management, so I don't like a lot of random cords everywhere. So I'm gonna, run it. Oh, see, that's my thing. I'm a tech geek when it comes to phones. I love cell phones. You got the new S23. Feels weird being on Android. Well, I've always been on Android. I'm not an iPhone person. I had an iPhone 6 Plus for a year and I hated it. But I've had this S23 Ultra. Absolutely love it. I'm a Samsung person through and through. I picked up some 357 SIG for 19 a box. That's not terrible. Dude, look. The thing with Android phones, see, watch. You want to see something cool that you can't do on iPhone? This is one example of many. So say I'm playing Pokemon Go. What? I play it. It's for the children. I can go over here and be like, let me check my messages in Instagram, right? So let me go here. What if I want to watch YouTube? Yeah, there you go. That's a better example. So I'm watching YouTube. They're watching Pokemon Go. I'm like, oh man, hey, you got to go up here. Let me put that down there. So now I can watch YouTube and play my game all at the same time. 2 screens. That's true multitasking. iPhones cannot multitask like that. You can actually open as many of these as you want. That's multitasking, where you can do 2 things, move it around. That's awesome. That's just one reason why I love Android phones. You don't know any controls. Don't worry, mijo. It'll all come to you. It will come to you, man. So anytime there's a new phone that comes out and Fluffy says he just got the S23. He wants to smash it. Now look, you want the biggest, baddest phone out. It's the S23 Ultra right now. Right now. It's easy to use and you can actually customize it. Now, my thing with iPhones, I had an iPhone for a year and a half and it's terrible experience. It's so boring. It looks like everyone else's iPhone. And I just don't like it. Like, look at the app drawer. If I wanted to, I can have just a blank on my apps. I don't need all that stuff. Anyway, we won't debate. It's like the Glock and XD or AK versus AR-15. Look, man, it's really cool. Once you start messing around with Android, you're going to love it. There's so much cool stuff you can do. You can customize it to really fit your personality, and it's just cool stuff. You can do a lot of cool things. A lot of you can even have 2 of the exact same apps open because if you download the app from the Google Play Store, then you download the same app from the Samsung store. You can run both apps top to bottom. So say you want, like, just say if I wanted to play Pokemon Go on 2 accounts, I can run both accounts at the same time. Not saying I do that. That'd be pretty nerdy. But I could watch, a gun YouTube channel while I play Pokemon, or I could do, vice versa. Whatever. Just trust me, man. Samsungs are really cool phones. You're going to like it. It maps your home in 3D and shares it with the feds. You know what's so funny? When Pokemon Go first came out, they thought that's what was happening. It's not. It's not even. It's not. I tried to spoof on it the other day, and I got a very polite note saying not to do that, or they're going to ban my account. So, Android for the win, no comparison. The honest truth. You know what? You should change your name from the God's honest truth because that is true. Thank you so much for that comment, honest truth. Because you got to believe it because it's the honest truth. Guys, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. I got a lot of cool stuff coming out. I got some rant videos coming out, and I got a lot of crazy stuff coming. So please like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and all that good noise. Oh, Ladez, just hanging out, man. Look at this. Look, I have old since my S4. I started with the Note 3. I had the Note 3, and I've always had Samsung since then. Even when I had that iPhone 6 Plus. Couldn't do it. Tony A, have a good night. C6, have a good night. Those videos are coming. They're coming again. All right, everyone. You guys have a great night. Thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time.